Everyman Driver Nation, 2 words, Tricoat Yellow. Oh my goodness, is that a Fiat? All right, Nation, here's one of the vehicles you requested I do a video on. This is a 2016 Fiat 500x Easy all-wheel drive, and Easy is one of the trim levels. I'll have much more information on everymandriver.com, but first, a big shout out and thank you to my friends over at Lithia Fiat Spokane for allowing us to borrow the vehicle. Please visit them at lithiafiatspokane.com. All right, under the hood of this little monster is a 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder, mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. This pumps out, believe it or not, 180 horsepower. That's not bad for this small little package. And we are rolling on 17-inch aluminum wheels. So you have 4 options here on the key fob: lock, unlock, automatic engine start by pressing that button there twice, and a panic button. The vehicle is locked now, just to double check. Okay, now, as long as the key fob is on you and you put your hand in the handle, it opens up. So let's go inside and explore this cabin. Push button start right here. Now this infotainment screen looks pretty small. It's actually 5 inches and it is touchscreen. Got some good graphics on it. So let's go ahead and look at that one first. Here's your radio option. Also has a XM on it. Media. No media devices are connected, but if you did have a smartphone or iPod or something like that, you can connect that and then play through there. Trip counter shows your range and that kind of thing. Phone, this is where you connect your phone via Bluetooth. We're not going to do that right now. There's also a section here for apps, but nothing is connected, so we just have the clock and the outside temperature. Up here, we have a settings button. You can go through some of the units here and change those if you want. Of course, browsing through here, or you can touch it or turn it. So that's kind of nice, huh? This is turning your traction control on and off. Real straightforward. I mean, this is a kind of a cool display and dash. Nice, fun. Down here you have your climate controls, a USB port there, auxiliary input as well. There's our gear shift. This right here is 3 different drive modes. I'm going to show you here in the instrument cluster what happens when I turn these dials. So here we go for this. I'll put that in the center. This is a 3.5-inch center display there. So I'm going to turn this over to the right. Traction plus. Turn it again. Sport mode. And then auto. So it depends on the conditions is what you'll choose right here for the driving. And this right now, our park brake is on. We want to take the park brake off. Whoops, I'm sorry. Press it down to release it. Pull it up to engage it. And of course, a pair of cup holders right there. Not a huge armrest, but when you do open it up, there is another USB port to charge items and a little bit of space here if you want to store something else inside. Back now to our steering wheel and our usual suspects here on it. We've got this options right here. These options will control what happens here in the center dial. There are 3 main dials there. So if I want to hit the up arrow, I can change from speedometer, settings, messages. There's the radio option. Again, I'm just pressing the up arrow here. Back to vehicle information for tire pressure, drive modes, showing what we're in. Back to speedometer. Left-hand side, here's your Bluetooth option. So if someone makes a call to you and you're driving, you can press this button here to answer as long as your phone is connected. Hang it up right here, or press this button right here. The person is speaking. So if you can use voice commands like call, fill in the blank, whoever you want to call. Say, call Melissa Erickson. Press that and she'll answer the phone if you have her in your phone, which you shouldn't. Okay, over here you have your cruise control options as well. Lights on this side. All your door panel options for opening your window, locking it, and so on. Yes, it's not a big cabin inside the Fiat 500x, but to compensate for maybe taller passengers, Fiat has made an indent here in the ceiling. I'm not having any concerns right now. I'm 5'11". I do feel fine, not cramped whatsoever or claustrophobic. In fact, there's a lot of space inside. It feels like there's a lot of space. Maybe just the way it's designed, but I don't feel like I am crowded at all inside, and I'm happy that they have this little indent for someone who's 5'11", so if you're a big driver, should be okay. Now, I've had some of you ask me to give you my impressions of the materials inside, overall comfort, and the seats have some good cushion to them, and there's some adjustability which is on the outside of the seat, so I can even lean back more so. Not that I would be chilling like this, but I do have the options to set the seat back, and also it's all below here of sliding my seat forward. So now I can go back and forth. Depends on how tall you are and how much space you want. So there is some good adjustability. Steering wheel feels really smooth. This is a nice material around this steering wheel, and I really like some of the accents here. Looks like carbon fiber, at least on the outside shell. Shift knob's got some good feel to it. And just, it's cool looking. I mean, luckily we got this cool color to it, but there's other colors you can choose in this lineup. And this doesn't look like it stands out too much, kind of integrated into the dash, talking about the infotainment system. So there you go. Now I'm gonna make my way to the back seat, and I have adjusted the driver's seat for my driving position. So this should give you a realistic look on back seat legroom and headroom. And honestly, it's a little bit on the cramped side. This is where my seat was for me up there. Not a ton of room, maybe a couple of fingers, maybe, between my knees and the back of the seat. There is some netting here, so if you have an iPad, tablet, phone that you want to put back there, maybe some magazines, that netting can hold that into place. As far as headroom, again, if it's going to be cramped for my knees, it's probably going to be a little bit on the cramped side. Although, let's say you're 6 feet tall, maybe 6'1", let's go 6 feet, should be just about right in the back seat for headroom of the 500X. And this bench seat here, again, it's going to be tight between here and the front section of the car. So this is definitely going to be a spot for smaller adults or maybe just some storage. And before we check out the cargo room and trunk space, there are 4 O-blank handles. What's an O-blank handle? It's the handle you hang on to when you say, oh blank. It's one of these right here. I think you're going to be impressed with the cargo volume in the back of this vehicle. The button to open the trunk is just below the Fiat icon and the words Fiat X, 500X. Press button here and up it comes. You're looking at 18.5 cubic feet of volume, just 0.2 less than a Chevy Trax. That's impressive, don't you think? Now you can fold these seats down, and when you do, more than 50 cubic feet of volume. To release these seats, you press your hand right here and then push forward. This is a 60-40 split. Other one is right there. So that's what it looks like. Lay those down flat, and you can definitely store some things back here. So groceries, luggage, things you want to store, and obviously some longer items. Not too shabby. And just below your floorboard, another space for storage. They're doing a pretty good job with this. Estimated fuel economy rating on this 2016 Fiat 500X Easy all-wheel drive is 21 miles per gallon in the city, 30 on the highway for a little compact vehicle like it is in all-wheel drive. The MSRP on this, as tested, $26,500. Again, I'm not a salesman, but I know they have it on sale for less than $22,000. Again, a big shout out and thank you to my friends over at Lithia Fiat Spokane. If you're in the area, please visit them at lithiafiatspokane.com. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson with Everyman Driver. We'll have much more information on our website, which, by the way, now offers articles in Spanish. And with that, adios.